No turning back, Toastmasters.
The human brain starts working the moment you're born and never stops until you stand up in public to speak. Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I am Nidhi Goyal from the House of Goyals, Queen of Night Owls, first of her name, French fry admirer, and the mother of my imaginary dragons. Let me take you through a little journey of my life. My family belonged to the capital city of India, New Delhi. My father worked in an MNC and moved to Indore in the 90s. He instantly fell in love with the city. On the other hand, my mother and my sister always insisted on going back to Delhi because Indore did not feel like home to them. Little did they know, 3 years later, a little mischief maker would come into their lives to turn their world upside down and make them feel like home as well. Because friends, home is not a place. It's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. Growing up, I have always been a free spirit. Back in middle school, when my friends were joining school choir, I convinced my parents to let me join horse riding. It was magical for the little kid that I was to feel one with the air, galloping with the horse. Later, I joined the school's basketball team because it gave me a chance to be out in the open and be athletic. Although I lagged in height, I covered up in skill and enthusiasm. But the free spirit in me was just not satisfied. Something was out of place. I noticed that my school did not have a girls' football team. So I decided to talk to my coach about it and decided to make it happen. It was tough, but I managed to make it happen. Few years later, like many starry-eyed yet misguided students in our parody of an educational system, I opted for science in 11th. And I realized what a terrible mistake I had made. I didn't understand the physics I knew so well. I didn't bond well with chemistry. And math went from being fun with numbers to what the hell is happening right now. I went home in despair. And poof, my love for science disappeared. And at that time, my father told me, Nidhi, there's no turning back now. In life, you cannot give up on things so easily. You need to work hard and understand things rather than mug up. There's no turning back now. His words motivated me to work harder, complete my 12th, and later opt for electronics engineering. Who all are engineers here? Raise your hand. Hands down, no placements for you. Engineers are everywhere. There are 2 engineers in my family alone because my father has 2 children. During my engineering days, in the beginning, I had a rocky start. My fault was that I asked too many questions and wasn't a teacher's pet. But I was lucky that my parents did not blame me. They understood the different in me and understood the fault in my stars. The Indian education system. Our education system does not teach us about failure. We have never been taught about failure. And once again, I was on the verge of quitting. And once again, my savior, my father, told me, Nidhi, there's no turning back now. It's easier going down the mountain than climbing up the hill. But the view at the top is beautiful and worth it. His words motivated me to work harder and gain practical knowledge in different industries from the very beginning of first semester of engineering. This summer, I got an internship at IIT Indore and got to work on VLSI technologies. I met some amazing professors, the path breakers who shaped the field. But now my aim is to work on myself and be better than what I was yesterday. I have come a long way since my initial engineering days, which is what got me here to Toastmasters, where I was asked to deliver an icebreaker speech. Unable to write a single word, I wanted to quit again and wanted to postpone my speech for at least a month. But this time, my father was not there with me, and I remembered his words. Nidhi, there's no turning back now. So here I am, standing in front of all of you, delivering my icebreaker speech. I think Destiny has prepared me throughout my journey for right now. I have never been unsure of what I wanted to do in life. But Toastmasters, life is always preparing you for the next step. I'm sure each one of you must have gone through the same stress of decoding life. But we are here and we'll be better at every point. In the end, I would like to quote John Bon Jovi. You can lay down and die, or you can get up and fight. But that's it. There's no turning back now. Thank you.